We are live. Hope everybody is looking forward to the weekend and also Super Bowl 53. That's going to be this Sunday at 6 p.m. But for now, we are here with part 2 of our latest Q&A series topic on how to choose your moderators. Lastly, in part 1, we were discussing at least the beginning process of either selecting your moderators or at least trying to put together a plan to pick who you think would make the best moderators for your streams, or if you haven't streamed recently or you haven't begun to stream or you only just started streaming and you just want to give your streams like the best possible chance to be the best that it can be. So in part 1, we were just discussing putting together a plan, just putting together objective characteristics and subjective attributes to what you would look for in an ideal moderator, and also other ways you can also gather information to help you make the best possible decisions to help with deciding who should be your moderators when it comes to giving advice, getting advice from other people who may have also had more experience going through the process of picking their own moderators, or people that you may have come to know on this platform or on Twitch and things of that nature. And that's what we discussed mainly in part 1. Now for part 2, we are going to be discussing now the self-improvement process, and also as you've been streaming and you can see how your moderators are getting a chance to perform and how they're able to handle the duties and responsibilities of however you set it up in your community, what you would be looking for in a moderator, what you would like them to do, how you'd like them to act. And this would be where you at least check against either whether it's while you're live, you're able to do that while doing simultaneously, while you're hosting a live stream, or if you just go back and watch a replay, you can see how they perform their tasks or duties or responsibilities. So it's just a way to just check against like what you would have expected of them, to see either there's places they can improve upon or places where they're able to like have their strengths, and also just areas where they perform well, other places they need to improve upon, or for certain people you may either try to bring them in, or people you may feel like aren't able to uphold whatever you would need from a moderator. Look for that as well. Now for that, to that point, now trying to go along with like how you're able to, for the self-improvement process and just continuous improvement of how to select your moderators and how they perform. Now every channel would be different. Ultimately it is up to you how to do that. Personally, like in my experience as well too, whether it's on here or on Twitch, I go back and just watch the replays of my live streams here. I try to check to see, if people are able to either drop in links for any particular social media account that we have, or if it's either the rules of our community, terms of service, donation links, things of that nature. If they're able to either spot potential issues that there could be while during in the chat, things that you didn't expect, how able to quickly react to them, resolve situations there. And also people who would be able to warmly welcome people to the stream, and also to be able to greet people, how proactive and how much of an initiative each of them show, and then just checking against that as well. That's in general, at least like some of what I would do as well too. That's part of my strategy, at least I would do for our live streams. And again, it's all we're sorry, hey, 5 minutes of radio, welcome to the stream. Well, we just started, so don't worry about it. Thanks for joining us. How are you tonight? Thank you for being here. But yeah, we only just started, so yeah, we're going to be here for a little bit. But that being said, too, ultimately, like I said, it's however you would like to run your stream and how you would like to see how your moderators are doing. If you need to switch people out, or if you like to schedule people, whether you call it shifts or certain days when you stream, like you only have people there, depending upon obviously people's schedules and what type of time commitments that they would have outside of YouTube and Twitch. And again, it's just going back to for our channels, whether we're on here or on Twitch or anywhere else creating content. Again, this is all voluntary. So to keep that in mind as well too, from your moderators, it's something that they are giving of their time. It's a selfless act that they are helping with your community to help make your channel better. So just to be able to to keep that in mind for yourself too, because again, you wouldn't want to go to the point where expectations, or you ask a lot of them for so much too, where it just becomes a strain and they just feel like they're either unappreciated or underappreciated, or just feel like, that you're just, taking advantage of them. Like that's not something you want to go to like that extent as well. But I would say, too, just be a balance between just if you trusted someone with your channel. Mike, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us tonight. How are you? Thank you for being here. But thank you for joining us. And again, it's just like I was saying before, too, is be a balance where whoever you choose for your moderators, for your streams, or whatever, if you have certain shifts, or particularly whatever your streaming schedule is, however you've assigned people for that, or people just volunteer for it, what you would ask of them too, and just to see, again, going back, I'm good. Very sorry. Oh, Verdict Squad is good. We're doing good, especially with the weekend here now, so looking forward to the weekend. Also looking forward to the Super Bowl as well. So again, like I was saying before too, what you would expect from your moderators as well too. Again, it's a balance between, what you have asked of them as well too. And again, just taking it into consideration and keeping in mind that, again, this is a voluntary set of duties that they are taking on. It's a voluntary set of responsibilities. Again, they're doing this because they wanted to not just do something nice for your channel, but to help your channel improve the quality of its content and help improve whatever communities that you're in, whether it's for your channel or wherever else as well. And again, like we said before in part 1 too, just choosing the best moderators that you could possibly have is essential. Now, depending, again, like going back to, I guess, time commitments and whatever other schedules are going on, again, here with like notifications being inconsistent at best, again, that doesn't necessarily help. But, I try to at least like post our schedule for whether it's like a YouTube upload or a live stream. We post it on our Twitter. We post it in the About section of our YouTube channel to at least like make people more aware of it and make it easier for people to find, just because, again, I don't trust the notifications on YouTube. So yeah, again, that being said, some other advice I can give as well when it comes to just trying to go through the whole process of continuously improving the type of moderators that you have on your chat for your live streams, and as well, if you want for your other social media accounts as well too, if you feel like you need moderators for that, whether it's for Twitter, Facebook, Discord, whatever else you use, again, that's up to you. But again, some other advice I would just give as well too is depending upon how often you stream as well too, you could either have like a monthly review or either make it quarterly or even 6 months, whatever you would like to as well too, just to see, again, maybe like some things like may have changed, or you may just like either notice that one moderator maybe just stands out amongst the others as well too, that they're either really committed or they're just like really stepping up and showing a lot of initiative, or you may have other moderators who are just kind of falling behind and they're not really doing either what they said they were going to do or what they promised you to do. But again, however you would like to break out, again, what you would like to review, going back to that, it's up to you. Now, again, I know for people creating content too, it may sound like this may be time consuming, but again, it could just be a simplified version of it. Or if you like to either keep track, whether it's just either writing it down or just like having, I don't know, a Word doc on your computer, you could just do that as well. But it'd just be an easier way just to see, one, you can help recognize moderators that go above and beyond what you're supposed to. And then two, you could also just hold people accountable, especially if people said that they were going to be there, or if they're going to say that, where they said like they promised you to do that, and just to, hold them accountable. So that's to that as well. And again, if anybody has any questions either, or you just want to ask for advice as well too, just feel free to share into the chat. Again, this will be the main part of this topic of how to choose your moderators. Again, I don't know when the next topic will be. We'll let everybody know if where we get closer to that date when we decide to have the next topic for the series. And again, we'll have our closing video as well too, like not too long after this. I'm not sure which day we would have it though. Just kind of like summarize parts 1 and 2, just a really shortened version of it, but we'll also have that coming for you as well. So again, now going back to the whole continuous improvement of moderators as well too. It's also important to just know that not just like for people's time commitments and schedules as well too, but really just it's a matter of what we said kind of like in part 1, I guess, like sort of their personality of each of your moderators as well too, and also that especially for really, really, really good moderators that you put a lot of trust in as well too, you would definitely be leaning on them more for just not just more support, but also for either suggestions to improve your content, or as well as just trying to either just like bring in new ideas, or just to just get some advice or some opinions that from people that not only just show that they want to what's best for your channel and want to see your channel improve, but also just people that put more forth and just show more of a genuine belief that they want to help you out. They just want to even support you just well beyond just either watching your content or just liking it or just commenting. So again, just going back to that as well too, that like I said, however you like to choose your moderators, it's all ultimately up to you. It's just based like so far on my experience on this platform, and also as well as on Twitch. So again, if anybody has any questions or just want to ask for advice, feel free to share into the chat. But again, we're not going to be on here for super long because we will be on Twitch also later on tonight. So you're going to be stay tuned for that as well. Now, again, however much you would want to live stream as well too, depending on how long you typically can live stream, that's up to you again. Now, some people maybe just only live stream. Maybe some people only just stream sometimes. Sometimes maybe they just either only live stream. They have just something like a special plan or a special announcement. But again, it still applies to where whenever you do live stream, it's just a matter of just like finding people who, not only who can be like regularly and consistently relied upon, but also to, who would be there for you as well. So again, it's like if anybody has any If anybody has like any advice they want to like share, either feel free to share into the chat, but also for the replay as well too. You should also comment down below as well. Try our best to answer any questions or offer any advice that we can. But again, it's just going back to here as well too. So even though like for some people they may be busy, not just only with their own content or their own channels, but again, people obviously have lives outside of this platform and for Twitch as well. So also keep that in mind as well. So it's not to go to the point where, you know, you either make either other people who are moderators either feel bad if they're not, you know, there always, or, you know, if they just either have other things going on in their lives as well, to just be respectful of their time. Because not only they were being respectful of your time, just trying to help out your channel, but it's also just really more of a mutually beneficial relationship, especially if you find a really good moderator and somebody who really wants to help you out. So it's just something to keep in mind as well. It's just a matter of really, I wouldn't say I would call it completely selfless, but I probably would say that you just want to either, really it's a give and take, where it's like for your host or you're a moderator, but it's just more along the lines of, I would just say that you want to like help like your other whoever your moderators are as well, but then you know you would want them to help you, and then just in reverse as well. But that's just like kind of like how I would go about it as well too. I just wouldn't like look at it as just I would just be the center of attention and then everything's around me. And that's not the way I look at it. But again, I just see it as more just being on an equal standing or just a level playing field. I don't see it as just like somebody is either better or worse, but I just see it like everybody's being equal. That's at least how I go about it as well too. Now, for me personally as well too, or saying this as well, like I've been a moderator of several channels. Now, everybody has like a different style, and everybody like live streams however they want as well too. But again, I try not to make myself either feel bad either, or just think like I'm not like doing the job that like, or at least saying that like, you know, I would try to like go to every single live stream. I just did what I could. And again, when I was a moderator, if I am a moderator, any channels like what am I modding of channels I have now, it's like I just did the best I could. I just I gave it my time what I could. Now I didn't like try to make myself feel bad. How long would you recommend knowing a? Oh, that's a good question. Well, Mike, that again, it depends back on you know what you would feel comfortable with. Like this answer would be different for everybody. I guess like one, it would probably go back to what you would know about this person. I guess maybe outside of just maybe what you would see for their videos and for their live streams. And two, how this person would act outside of their own channel and your channel as well too. Do they act in a consistent manner or behave in the same way regardless of where they're at, whether it's your channel or their channel or somebody else's? Again, as a time frame, it could vary from person to person. And again, it all depends on as well too is how long you've been on this platform or how long you've been making content, how long they've been making content as well. So again, I don't want to put like an exact number on it just to just say like, you know, this is a one size fits all, but I guess it just goes back to really just when you feel comfortable or at least ready that you feel like they at least deserve a chance. Again, it's not really a concrete or objective answer, but again, it all depends on like I guess it's a progress that they make or the process of how comfortable you would feel in trusting somebody who would like to make a moderator, or at least to give them a chance to be a moderator, to give them that sort of authority for your channel as well. Because not only, like I said, for a host of a channel, not only you get to have a significant influence, obviously, on the direction of your channel, but your moderators have a significant influence on the direction and quality of your channel as well too. I feel that's not really talked about enough, just because I guess people just see moderators as just I don't know, they're just only they're just see them in the chat and that's it. You don't see them like either, you know, any sort of like influence they could have outside of a live stream chat. You don't see that, you know, any sort of like special support or like people you can lean on, especially to look for advice as well too. Especially advice you'd be a lot more likely to trust. Like those are things as well too that I guess people don't really associate with moderators. I guess I'm not sure why though, but I guess most people. All right, cool, Bobby. Yeah, thanks for joining us. All right, thank you for being here. But yeah, that was a good question, Mike. I like that question. But again, like for me, before I live stream though, I was on this platform before. All right, no problem, Mike. You're welcome. I was on this platform before I started live streaming. I think it was how long was it? I want to say like just under 6 months. Again, I didn't know like when I was eligible to live stream. But again, I tried to get to know as many people as I could. I wanted to at least give as many people as I possibly could at least a chance. But hey, Super Gamer Boy, welcome to the stream. I don't know why I'm not seeing like everybody's like messages, but yeah, welcome, Super Gamer Boy. There you go, there he is. Welcome. It's another thing too that YouTube really hasn't fixed like their live streaming messages either. They haven't fixed it. I don't see everybody's message, so if it doesn't seem like I'm acknowledging you, it's like I'm just reading whatever appears on my screen. And if I don't see it, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just because I don't see it. But yeah, welcome, Super Gamer Boy. Thank you for being here. Hope you're gonna have a good weekend. I hope you had a good day at school. And YouTube, I hope you had a good day at school as well. And what I was saying before, oh right, I started live streaming since I've been on this platform. I started since I think it was early last year, so it's been almost a year. Hey, Mad King, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. How are you tonight? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Now, and even before, too, this first live stream that I have, so I've said this story before, I didn't intend for it to be a live stream. I was trying to work on a collab or collaboration with another YouTuber, and we couldn't we couldn't get Google Hangouts working for some reason. I don't remember why, and we figured we'd just either try it through YouTube and try to maybe see if we do a private live stream. I'm doing good tonight, Mad King. I'm doing good. I'm happy it's the weekend. But I don't know why. And then we just figured, okay, I'll just make it a public live stream. I only just started really on this platform. Nobody will show up, and that's how I first started live streaming. And honestly, I just I prefer the live streaming format versus videos. If I had to choose one over the other, just because I like talking to people and I like having a conversation. Now, videos obviously are good for a channel as well, and it can also help either share different types of content or at least help make it easier for people to enjoy more of your content in like an easier, broken down, shorter period of time. Way to do it. Now, not everybody is going to be able to, once a live stream ends and there's a replay, people are going to watch either it's like half an hour, 3 hours, whatever it is. But yeah, that's on them as well too. But that's how I came with like live streaming as well too. Now, in terms of moderators as well too, like how I came to at least select the moderators that I did, I decided to like go with people who I felt like who do actually not just genuinely care about others, but also really, I just see like they have like a good heart and they just want to help people out. And I feel like they're at least have a decent amount of integrity and honesty where if they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. At least like before I decided to at least give them a chance to be a moderator. That's why I don't really like give out too many blue wrenches like for that reason. It's not like I just give like 100 like moderator statuses out and just say like, oh, well, there you go. You're all moderators too. And you're still trying to make them feel special. But even though it's like this little icon there too, it's just like, to me, it's not really why I did it for them as well, but it was just something that I felt like they're a good person, and I'll give them a chance too because I feel like they could not only just be able to like make me like a better person, make me like better at being a YouTuber, and then for those on Twitch, also a Twitch streamer, but also it's something that one I would like to spend more time with them, and two to see for live stream advice or anything else, so I would try to help them out if I can as well, because being on both sides of it. I don't know why. It's always like when I'm on YouTube, my nose starts running. I don't know what it is, but anyway, being on both sides of it, both being a host, but no, it's all good, Mike. Yeah, but thank you for your question before. But being both a host and being a moderator of other channels as well too, I felt it was good to have both sides of that experience as well. That's also something that's important as well. Now, for somebody who I was saying before too, if they never live stream themselves either, if they're not like having any really sort of experience being a moderator. No, it's not necessarily completely a bad thing, but I just feel like it would benefit everybody that they would be on both sides of that, both being a moderator and then also, having to be able to manage their own moderators as well. And just having both aspects of that. And then also for people who have a live stream, at least to be able to host a live stream, to be able to at least test out a little bit too, to see how you manage your own chat, just whatever you're doing as a host, and to be able to acknowledge moderators and everybody else in your chat as well. Because I would say those experiences, especially going forward with the future of how content formats are going to be, is going to be essential. Just because there's going to be many more different choices than just having only videos up. I think things are going to definitely are moving more towards of a real-time aspect, and to be able to, I'd say not just multitask, but to be able to really just carry on a conversation is going to be very important, especially for the future as well. Now again, as for me, for looking for future moderators as well too, I would like to think I was trying to at least try to improve the whole process and just trying to make it a little more concrete in terms of what exactly I would expect, not just for people we like to give a chance at being a moderator, but also for people who are moderators and see how they're doing. But I would like to try to improve that process going into the future as well. Just because in terms of live streaming on both platforms as well too, that's also something we have to focus on as well. And now, in terms of the moderator or the community rules as well. Hey, Tech, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us tonight. Oh, by the way, how's KH3 so far? I imagine it's a beautiful game and it's an awesome story, but those are probably understatements. But yeah, but I'm sure you really enjoy the game though. But thank you for being here. But I was saying before too, the same rules for community to play on both Twitch and here. There isn't too much difference for that. The channel says, "Oh wow, yeah, that's a long day." Yeah, and you're probably only a fraction of the way through, because Kingdom Hearts, for that whole gaming franchise, they like to go with the whole Final Fantasy route and just make the story as long as they possibly can too, and just not just envelop you in the story, but just you know what? It's not just it's not a storyline. It's pretty much a story globe, pretty much, essentially 2 sections out of 6. Oh, okay, cool, Tech. So it's probably gonna take you around 50, maybe around 50 to 60 hours to beat it, or at least to get through everything. Maybe less, depending. I don't know, depends. Probably less. Maybe less, because I would have to watch how. I gotta start watching walkthroughs of that too. But speaking of games as well too, probably the next Twitch poll will probably be up sometime next week. Depending on what free games they give with the PlayStation Plus subscription, the month of February, 50, 60, then 40. Oh, wow, another 40 hours. Oh, you're definitely getting your money's worth. It's they're definitely giving you your money's worth there too. It's definitely worth the 13-year wait. They make people wait for. I think it's I think the Japanese version was out in 2005, and then the US version was 2006 for Kingdom Hearts 2. At least the main, at least the game was a main part of the story, not just either I guess only subsections or smaller parts of the whole story arc. And for that, but anyway, just kind of digressive, but it's all good. But yeah, KH3, I don't see why wouldn't have at least a shot at being at least being game of the year. At least it wouldn't have a shot at it. But anyway, like I was saying before too, as for our channel as well, I'd look to eventually to improve our process of how we select moderators and how we're able to not only just be able to make sure that they're doing the best that they can too, but at least to try to give them a little more advice and help, myself. Just because I feel like moderators on here deserve more. I feel like they should be given a little more. I don't what to say, a little more than I would say I've done previously. Just feel like they've done a lot of work as well too. They definitely helped out our channel a lot too, and I just wanted to show my appreciation more. I just trying to think of I haven't really thought of really a significant way that I could do that. But I just felt especially for people who have been consistent over an extended period of time too, they deserve something more. I don't know whether it would be I said, but again, I'll eventually think of something. But and this goes back to as well too, for people where you're trying to just check whatever your list of moderators are to see how they're doing, especially just to at the very least just give praise to people who go above and beyond for your channel as well too, because it's not just one person that makes a channel a really great place to be at. It's not one person that just makes a community just a great place to be at or a high quality community. It's a lot of different people giving up their time, and just to me it's more inspiring to see the selflessness of people. Selflessness being generosity, along those lines. What I mean, to me, I didn't really think that existed on this platform before I started, because I was really surprised too that there are people like that on here. Because again, I've said this before in a previous Q&A series topic. I learned a lot being on here as well, and my experience with YouTube is just very passive, where I would just pick videos I've liked, watch, and they don't say anything, and I just see it as just basically this entertainment hub, and it's the place I can, if I need to watch a video, I go to YouTube. That's the way I looked at it. But going beyond that as well too, when I started creating content for this platform, I was amazed that there are a lot of good people and a lot of cool things that are going on this platform that don't get the attention that they deserve. And I guess I'm just trying to just take that where, there are people doing, there are good people on this platform who, go out of their way to help others out too. That's kind of be my inspiration to not just keep going, but also to try to show more appreciation to our moderators as well. Even though maybe in the mainstream that, like me, like our community or anywhere else too, that people, it's not being shoved down people's trending feeds. Maybe we won't get that attention too, but that doesn't mean that they don't deserve the attention that they have deserved for just putting others before themselves. Now, I won't count on YouTube management or the heads of Google and YouTube to do that. Again, I think it would be better. We're a lot more likely ourselves to do that for each other. And again, if anybody has any other questions as well too, for our Q&A series topic, part 2 of how to choose your moderators, feel free to share into the chat. Also, for those who would watch the replay of this as well too, you can comment down below if there's any questions or any advice that you would like as well. And again, I was just saying this before as well, that in terms of this, I've said before that, again, this is a voluntary commitment. This is not something that nobody is this is a mandatory. Nobody has to either just be a moderator. Nobody has to technically create content. Nobody has to have a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel. And it's just more along the stream. I was only like almost half an hour late, but that's all right. But anyway, it's just to keep that in mind as well too, that if there is someone who at least agrees to at least try to be a moderator for you, who even asks you personally they would like to be a moderator for your channel, assuming they've been to your channel, they've gotten to know you, they've gotten to know people who are regulars in your community, and they just are really just like a great participant. They're just fun to be with in the chat and just something like that. Just know that if somebody is willing to do that, then there's probably a decent amount of good in them, at least like based on your experience. And that's just something to keep in mind as well too. That no, Mike, that's a bot. That's a chat bot that helps us drop links into the our social media links into the chat. That's kind of like what I was talking about too. That's like kind of part of what I said before. That that's like one thing that our moderators don't have to do. They can focus on other responsibilities versus just having to drop links, to our Twitter or Instagram, rules of our community and things like that. But like I was just saying before too, that your community is like what you make of it as well too. And I would say to try to promote a higher quality community, regardless of whatever number it is, as well too. It should be a place where you try to build each other up. It's a place that you should try to put others before yourself. But again, that's up to you. Like whatever community that you would want as well. But I try to even like myself too. I want to especially in 2019 focus more on trying to build a higher quality in terms of production value for our content. People probably have noticed too, like our thumbnails have changed somewhat significantly. And in terms of me, I will eventually want to get a better camera, or at least a better camera on my phone. Eventually I'll have to get a new phone anyway, so I'll have to try to find a better camera for at least a higher resolution camera as well. But again, this just goes back to really the inspiration where people who are willing to at least try to put our channel maybe just before maybe something else they have going on in those lives as well too. There's no reason why I can't put regulars, whether they're moderators or not too, who enjoy our content. I can't put them even more ahead of ahead of me as well. There's no reason why there isn't more that we can't do. There's no reason why that I can't at least in terms of either our camera or equipment, or at least to maybe have maybe different polls or whatever it is as well. There's no reason why that we can not just only build on what we've done since we've been here, but also continue to try to make more progress in terms of really just trying to do everything that we can to, not just for our regulars, but also any potential fans out there as well too of our community. We can do more for them as well. And it may sound like it's my experience as well too. But again, I do not think of YouTube as a place where there was a lot of people who are willing to put others before themselves. I didn't think of this platform at all. I didn't really think of that as social media in general. But I was just saying before too, I definitely learned a lot since I've been on this platform and being on Twitch. And that's another reason why I wanted to start this Q&A series, just because I would like to share my knowledge and experience with people, and at least try to offer advice and at least give people one more place where we can have discussions of these topics and discussions of these issues. And if it could help them out on their channel as well too, even if it just helps one person, it is serving a beneficial purpose. And you know what? That's great, because that's one of the reasons why I started the Q&A series as well too. Now, depending upon, I guess, the type of topics that either we can come up with or people suggest, I don't know if we're going to be able to have one every week. It's all going to depend upon, again, when we have Q&A series polls, or depending on the number of suggestions we get, or maybe different topics I come up with myself. But again, it just goes back to, I guess, what people would like to see more out of this channel as well. Now, I guess going back as well too, that I still, like I said, not only want to continue to try to make the process of not just finding great moderators, but retaining great moderators and showing our appreciation for them, but also goes to our content as well. Because I think making great content and making higher quality content, that is a collaborative effort, especially even if you only see one person, you just see me on the screen. You may not see like you moderators who have given suggestions for our channel that you have actually seen being incorporated, even if there were recent changes or changes that were a while ago. You don't see people where would ask for at least for their advice or for their help. You don't see that here as well. So even though you just see my face, you don't really see other people who also took part in it as well. And then also, again, I wanted to make that a point to where I came in with our channel name as well too, because for me personally, anybody who says that it's only one person is the reason why a channel is a great place to be at, or it's a fun place to be at, or it's high quality content, they're generally full of it, in my opinion, just because it takes a lot of different people, like I said, to make a community a great place. And really, I just really can't see realistically how one person can do all of that without the help of others, whether it's people who suggest things in their comment section when they watch either their videos or the live streams, or people even behind the scenes too, whether it's for editing, whether it's for production value, or to give filming tips or whatever it is. Even though just because you don't see it, that doesn't mean it's not there. But and again, I don't think moderators as well too don't really get the respect and appreciation they really deserve when talking about making great content and making great live streams. I just feel like people just assume that they're just there to enforce rules and that's it, and that's the extent of their role. But again, that's just I would say very myopic. It's a very narrow-minded way of looking at people that are a great asset to any channel. They're I would say they're essentially guardian angels of the chat, especially if there are larger communities out there and there's like a lot of different people in there, and you have to be able to try to manage all these different people and just to be able to not just make sure people try to enjoy themselves, but also to be able to control the situation of your chat and to control the guidance and direction of your live stream as well. So like I was saying before, again, when it comes to making great content, it doesn't just come for having the most expensive camera or just like playing the most popular game. It doesn't go back to having the most experience in film production. It doesn't go back to having a great idea. Really, you could have all those too, but if you don't really have really just, I would say, a team of people or a squad, if you will, given our channel name, if you don't really have really just kind-hearted people who put others before themselves too, who I would say too you could lean on and who would be there for you as well, then honestly, then you're doing your community a huge disservice by not making or doing everything that you possibly can to make your content and make your channel and make your community as great as it possibly can be. And moderators are definitely an integral part of that. Now, I'm kind of surprised too there aren't more channels, I guess, at least to my knowledge, aren't talking about this more in terms of, I guess, like how moderators can definitely positively impact your channel and how much that they do. But again, that's the way I look at moderators, which is why for the process, what I would say going forward, choosing a moderator as well too, I would say we have to try to be, I would say, even more selective, just because I would want people to take the, I guess when I say they have a moderator status, to take it not just seriously, but to be able to know that they really have they can really control at least part of the future of this community, and that applies to anybody in whatever community you're a part of, whatever your channel is, whatever you have for live streams, and for your moderators as well. They also have a future in shaping the direction of your community as well, just beyond just being a viewer or just being a participant. They're just people who just like you've given at least them some level of authority to be able to guide your content and control what people see and then how it's presented to other people. But again, that shouldn't be forgotten either, because for them, they're definitely as much of a part of your live stream as you are. The host itself too, that's just maybe the first person they think of when they think of a live stream. But again, well, if they want to be able to participate as well too, well, the moderators are there as well. So again, like I was just saying before, going back to it, you can have the best equipment, you can have the best editor, you can just throw millions of dollars in a channel and just try to make this high production quality of content. Oh, so my dad said, hello, he said it was a joke. Oh, man. Oh, it's, I think Elias, right? But yeah, hey, Elias, welcome. Yeah, it's a running joke, too. That's, I don't know, it's just like a joke I just said, like, people think I'm really young, but I don't think so, but I don't know. It was just, I forgot how the joke started too. Yeah, it was from your dad. Yes, Elias. Yeah. Oh, but thank you for joining us, Elias. But Yeah, I liked your video from when you were making well, I think it was peanut butter fudge. I thought that looked pretty good as well too. But yeah, Mower Man, welcome. How you doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Welcome. How have you been? Good, no problem, Elias. Yeah, that peanut butter fudge video made me hungry too. Even earlier before I went live. I just had Chex Mix, but I would have preferred peanut butter fudge, but it's all good. But I guess. But again, if anybody has any questions about our topic on how to choose your moderators, feel free to share into the chat. If you want to ask for any advice, feel free to share that as well. But again, just wanted to I like this topic especially too, just because like I was saying before, I just don't feel like moderators are given the respect and appreciation they deserve. I don't feel like people really just talk about how much of an influence moderators definitely have on your channel, and they aren't really put it in front and center as they should on a channel as well. Oh man, yeah, but thank you everybody for joining us. Pretty soon we're gonna have to be heading off here because we're gonna get started on Twitch. But we just wanted to at least have part 2 for our latest Q&A series topic on how to choose your moderators. And again, this goes back to whatever process you do to let me start my own channel. Safe to talk to. I just started. Moderators. At least for the live stream portion of your channel, if you decide to live stream, Elias, they help keep an eye on your chat to make sure people who either want to say bad things or to try to make fun of others or break whatever rules you have for your channel, they try to keep them away. And they try to make sure that the good people or the people who want to be there because they like your content, they like you, and to make sure they have as much of a fun of a time as possible. If you decide to live stream or decide to have moderators for just your channel in general, whatever rules you have as well too, and it's like that as well too, just to make sure that there are people that you at least feel comfortable being around, or like you said, safer to be around as well too, and also people that you would be willing to at least give a chance to at least trust them with the direction of your channel, at least for your live streams or just for your channel in general. But again, we've been okay, thanks. All right, no problem, Elias. You're welcome. But again, we've been live streaming now. It's been almost a year. So again, it's just took some trial and error in terms of I guess we saw like what strategies worked, what didn't. But again, don't feel frustrated if you don't get it right away. I've said this before too, and the Q&A series topic of mistakes I made. I made a lot of them on this platform. But again, I didn't expect me just never having any sort of film production experience or have any training and making content. I didn't expect to really get like anything right. But I didn't let myself, be, sad about that. Just because I've said this before too. Our channel and our community have like gone to a point where I never thought it was possible way before when I started. So I didn't really have expectations where I would be the celebrity, even though I don't want to be famous. I've said this before about how I feel about fame, but again, it's just like I'm just happy I just like have this opportunity, just because I just feel like it's a fun hobby and it's just fun to talk to everybody here. And even though like it was tired from a full day of work too, I still want to be here with you guys as well. So I wanted to like come on here and just talk about this topic as well. So even then too, I probably should just like again like end the this topic here as well too. Like I say, for mistakes I made too, don't feel discouraged that if you don't get something right the first time. Don't feel bad about yourself that you know what, my dad is going to put first, but I'm going to do new. Oh yeah, no problem, Elias. Well, thank you. Yeah. Actually, that I don't want to like not make this about me, but like, I've heard that a lot before too as well. And it's kind of like for our channel, I wanted us to at least be an alternative to I guess stereotypical YouTubers, in my opinion, that they're just like all about themselves and they have big egos and just like everything's about them. It kind of just like turned me away from like watching like other different types of channels or content. Even though before I started our channel here, I watched like various like YouTube channels. But I don't know. I just felt like at least giving people the alternative, at least having a place like this as well, at least a place where you can feel comfortable either asking questions and not having to feel like you have to have all the answers. Again, even for our Q&A series as well too, even though A is for answers, that doesn't mean we'll ever have all the answers ever. And I've said it before too, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've screwed up a lot, whether it's on here. Twitch, I would say too, yeah, there's probably been mistakes on there as well, but I feel like Twitch got off to a better start just because the experiences I've had on YouTube, how it does with Twitch, regardless of like how our community has grown over there. But even though it's like, I didn't let myself get discouraged just because I could have said about, the algorithm, I could have said about this and celebrities and all that. I could have said all that, but again, I saw this before and I'll say it again too. I'm not really concerned about things I can't control. Hey, Cal, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I had to work late, so that's why I wasn't there earlier for you. I had to work late, so I wasn't able to join you. But again, I've said this before too. I'm not concerned about things I can't control. I am more focused on things I can control, which is one reason why I don't get discouraged over our content. Like, it's harder for people to find it, or notifications don't go out. Again, I can't really control that, whether it's a YouTube issue. Let's have a lot first, but two. I did see you. Oh, I agree. It is how you grow, and that's how you learn, because through learning you grow. I've had to learn a lot being on this platform. Again, I didn't expect to really, be off to any sort of start for creating our content. Initially, I just did videos where I thought they were interesting or just something that was fun to do. I just wanted to make this a fun hobby, and really, even for a fun hobby too, you're going to mess up, and that's fine. But even if you just mess up too, there are people out there who are willing to help you. And I would just like this to be a place where maybe, people can feel like they could get advice here as well too. And to really, if they take that advice too and put into action for their channels, and they can help grow their communities as well. That's the way at least I would like to see it as well too. And honestly, I just wanted to be a place. I wanted this to be a place where this could happen, for at least for this Q&A series as well. In terms of that as well too, I just hope that even if it just helps one. Hey DK, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Oh yeah, no problem, Elias, but yeah, thank you for joining us. No problem. It was actually nice to get to talk to you for the first time on here as well too, and say hi to your dad as well for me too. But yeah, have a good night, and thank you for being here. Yeah, thanks DK, I appreciate it. But again, yeah, I just wanted to just say that about moderators in general as well. That like I was saying, it's not just only one person. Whatever video or live stream that you see, whether it's on your channels or wherever else, there's more than just one person involved. When it's live streams as well too, whether or not you focus or pay as much attention to them as you do the host, moderators do have a big role in not just what you see, but really the strengths of a channel and the good parts of a channel that you see as well. Now, again, how you choose your moderators is up to you ultimately, but again, I wanted to at least offer some advice or a few tips here as well. Yes, I am, DK. I'm actually going to have to get going in under 5 minutes. I'm going to have to get going soon because I want to get started on time. But again, like I said, if we've missed anything, let us know in the comment section below. Just let us know if there are any other questions you may have, any advice we can offer as well. But again, thank you to everybody who watched this second and at least the final part of the main portion of this latest Q&A series topic on how to choose your moderators. Appreciate everybody being here and for their support. In about a few minutes, we're going to be heading over to Twitch. We will be streaming Fortnite. And again, the next Twitch poll, this is Jamie. I was looking over his shoulder while he was on. Thank you. Oh, that's a family joke now. Hey, Jamie, welcome. Yeah, no worries, CK. Don't worry about it. I was busy. I was busy with work. I had to stay late. So, yeah, even though I had more than 8 hours of work, I still wanted to at least have this second part of the Q&A series, this portion of this topic of how to choose your moderators. I just wanted to talk to you guys as well. But again, thank you everybody for watching part 2 of this topic of how to choose your moderators. Again, when we are done here on YouTube, you already know what time it is. It's time to switch to Twitch. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us, and we will see you over on Twitch at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more Fortnite. Oh yeah, no problem, Mike. Yeah, I just saw your message pop up too, but yeah. But no problem, Mike. Thank you for your question again, and definitely thank you for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you